Hello, my friends. Welcome to Weekly Strides, your Wednesday update post where I will be answering one of your questions that you have either emailed to me, that has been asked in Running for Real Superstars, that has been asked on various other places that you have wondered. I decided to take your questions and begin to answer them so that you could have my real, raw, rambling answer rather than, most places that we go, it tends to be a very sterile, very factual, but there's just not really any emotion in it. So this is my way of allowing you to submit your questions, get a real answer to it. Future episodes of Weekly Strides, we will be featuring listeners. So if you want to be considered for that, please let us know. And we will also be bringing on previous guests to check in with how they are. If you have a question you would like to submit, you can email kat@runningforreal.com. That's KAT@runningforreal.com. And I look forward to answering your questions soon. Let's get to it. What should I look for in a running watch? Can I be cheeky? What do you want out of a running watch? That's the question. That's me being cheeky. If you're like me, you just want the basics. All those extra features are cool, but I can't really be bothered to read up on how to use them. Laziness, sure. But I also enjoy the fact that I'm keeping things simple. I love my watch, and actually I love both of my watches. I have two watches that I use. I have a Coros and I have a Garmin. I love the Coros. This is not sponsored, by the way. I love that the Coros has a long battery life, and I think that's probably my favorite feature from that. Garmin is a traditional option. It's very easy to use, and the one I have is solar powered, so that makes me happy. And I also love that I can align that one with the Paceline app, so I can get 5% cash back on health and wellness purchases because just through doing my runs and going on Garmin. So that's really cool. And for me, another important feature is that it loads quickly. That's one of the most frustrating things for me when I have limited time to get my run in. I'm rushing out the door, standing outside, and I'm like staring at my watch, as we do to wait for satellites. Other people going past are like, what is that person doing? So for me, that's something that I find really important. It's got to load quickly. It's got to have a long battery life. But beyond that, a lot of watches have really cool settings to help with workouts, and I have used some of those for fartlek sessions where you can set the time or a distance you want to run and then the recovery time of how much you need. But for me, that doesn't always work, as I don't typically have a set time for my recoveries. It's often, 30 to 60 seconds or 90 seconds to 3 minutes, but it basically is until I feel the right amount of recovered for what that is. For me, that's typically around 2 minutes for most things I do, but it's not set. It's kind of when I feel ready to go. And I know that's not a very easy answer to transfer to your own life. You have to be able to listen to your body. But unless you're using one of our marathon training plans, which I'll put a link to in the show notes, we have marathon, half marathon, 5K, 10K, and a speed training program, you may not have that problem. If you are using our programs, you probably won't be able to use the workout parts of it too, because this is going to train you how to listen to your body in that same way that I do. The other final feature I think I would say is important is that it hooks up with Strava easily. I mean, at least most runners I know track their runs through Strava and connect with the community. Both Garmin and Coros make that very easy, so I would just make sure that that is a consideration. Beyond that, going back to my original throwing back the question at you, what do you want out of a running watch? You know what features matter to you, so select one that works for you based on that. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Weekly Strides. I appreciate you sending in your questions. I hope you enjoyed that answer. We will have another one of these next Wednesday. Be sure to check out regular episodes of the podcast on Friday and Together Runs on Monday. I'll see you then.